Slovakia it's really a beautiful country, and uh, I mean, I know the country is not popular as like other countries, for example, Germany or France or Poland, for as an example. But uh, yeah, Slovakia will also, or the university provides the same level or same
Yes.
education what other countries are providing.
What was the tuition fees for Košice per year, 1 year?
I really don't remember. I think it was like 3,500 euros.
Yes. Yes, it's 3,500 euros for the tuition fee. So, typical living expenses per month, all inclusive?
Depending on how you want to lead the life. If you are
Average,
yeah.
normal, basic expenses.
I mean, basic expenses, food and accommodation, and the normal local transportation. I would say somewhere between 30,000 to 35,000. It's
Yeah,
even you
plus or minus.
Very good life with that money. As soon as I said, like I had a job already before completing my degree, but then the company needs the degree in the end, so they were waiting for it, and then they started in July 2021, and I had to wait till March 2022, so it's almost 7-8 months, and started from April 2022 here. I moved to Poland and started.
Important factor of choosing Europe Study Center when you had visited so many other agents and consultants?
I mean, the responsibilities that they take for the money that we pay. So, and also many of them were not sure, or let's say they were not providing as much as information that I need or service that they provide. So yeah, when it comes to Europe Study Center, the way it was presented in the first meeting during the consultation, it was really good, and I was pretty impressed compared to others.
Thank you so much.
I mean, whatever the industry you choose or whatever the field in you're in, it's really good to constant learning needs to be done to keep up. It's not that you just do once and it's done. So the continuous learning is really needed. Even today, I still learn what is demanding or what the company demands. In India, if you are doing a mistake, it is you are doing a mistake. But in other countries, if you are doing a mistake, it's not you doing a mistake, it's a country which is doing a mistake.
Exactly.
So you're representing.
Hats off to you to tell this. You going abroad to a different country, you are carrying your country's name on your shoulder. Okay? Even if you cannot get a good name, it's still okay. But don't get a bad name for our country. That is really, really important. Hello everybody, welcome all of you. My name is Shivaraman, Director of Europe Study Center. As always, today we have another interesting student with us, and he's going to share his journey. And he studied in Slovakia and currently working for IKEA in Poland. Welcome, Monish, to our show.
Thank you, Shiva. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So kindly introduce yourself to our audience.
So I'm Monish, working for IKEA here in Poland since almost 3 years now. And yeah, I started my journey from masters in Slovakia, like my Europe's journey. Soon after my masters, I moved to Poland. Since then, I'm here working as a product development engineer in the beginning, and now mechanical design engineer.
Wonderful, excellent. So the interview is all about sharing your journey, the challenges you faced, so that the young minds watching this video who are at the school or studying in college will get really prepared and get inspired from your successful journey. Okay, so first we'll start from your bachelor's. What did you study in your bachelor's?
Bachelor's, I did my background in mechanical engineering. So it was under VTU, which is most common university in my region. So yes, I studied my bachelor's there.
So what did you study in your bachelor?
As I said, it was basically mechanical engineering. Yeah.
So you had a passion towards mechanical engineering. You had an interest, or somebody told you to pick up mechanical in your bachelor's. How was it actually?
No, it is my total passion with the mechanical engineering, since my father is also in the same background, so I wanted the same. But yeah, still I want, many of them forced me to choose IT or computer science background, but yeah, it was my passion since the beginning.
Super. Then even after picking up mechanical engineering in their bachelors, many move out of the field, right? Whereas you took other route, you still passionate about mechanical engineering and wanted to do your masters. So what made you to decide to do your masters, and when was that?
This was in my third year engineering that I decided. But yeah, previously even I had this thought of doing masters abroad. But yeah, more involved or more, I pushed more from my third year engineering, since my third year engineering.
Wonderful. So what made you to realize, I guess, bachelor's alone for a mechanical engineering is not enough. I need to have one more degree. I need to have a global exposure. What made you to think that?
I would say the second option, the global exposure, is my was more prefer or more what I can say. It is more what I wanted to see as to do masters. But yeah, bachelor's, I think in India it's still fine for the let's say for the profession. But yeah, to get the global exposure, I choose to do masters, and certainly
Also,
abroad.
see, now, also Manish, which you will accept for sure, not only the global exposure, the skill set, the talent, the interaction with the professors, everything matters basically, for us to have a lot of knowledge in this particular segment. So then, what were all the countries you were looking at for your masters?
Yes, for my masters, I basically looked into Europe because I did not want to go anywhere else.
Okay.
So anywhere in Europe was fine. I tried bit of Eastern or Middle European countries, not the Western countries where such as France or Germany. So I wanted somewhere in Central Europe.
Super. Before we go into that, you did not look into other countries. These 1-year degrees, PG diplomas in Canada, which lakhs and lakhs of students go and spend a lot of money. So you straight away discarded those. Any specific reason?
When it comes to the technology, I think Europe is leading. What I feel in mechanical industries. So
Yes.
that was the reason I couldn't. I did not have an interest, or I did not feel to go to those countries.
Super. Plus, who will spend a hell a lot of money and chase behind that after studies? It's completely no point, right?
Yes, definitely.
At this moment of an young professional successfully working in Europe, I follow the mantra and preach the students, meaning tell the students, spend less and learn more. Do you accept that?
Yes, I would definitely agree for that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We'll get to this point. So then, how did you get to know about Europe Study Center?
It was through one of my bachelor's colleague who came to do masters here in Europe through your center. So yeah, through him I got to know about the Europe Study Center.
You visited only us, or you visited other companies also to collect information and decide?
To collect information, it's quite a lot of research I did, and visited many consultancies about this. But yeah, I finally said yes to.
What was the important factor of choosing Europe Study Center when you had visited so many other agents and consultants?
I mean, the responsibilities that they take for the money that we pay. So, and also many of them were not sure, or let's say they were not providing as much as information that I need or service that they provide. So, yeah, when it comes to Europe Study Center, the way it was presented in the first meeting during the consultation, it was really good, and I was bit impressed from compared to others.
Thank you so much. And we would have told you the opposite, right? Getting job is in your hands. Don't look at part-time jobs. Don't expect scholarships. Yeah. You understand, right? And studies are going to be challenging. And always our fee structure would have been way lesser compared to those 40 lakh, 50 lakh degrees.
Yes, that's true. Getting job and getting part-time job, it's not what we want to do. It depends on what your choice is. If you want to do a part-time, it's good to stay in India and work there, because you're here. If you are here to do masters, then that should be your first preference.
Exactly. That's the whole idea of doing these interviews, to create awareness among the students. That's why, people still fall for these sort of promises, Monish. That is,
Yeah.
we can do part-time, we can earn this, that. When they hear these words into their ears, they get so excited. But still, they don't understand the ground reality. Only when they reach there, they understand it and they get disappointed. And we'll be
Yes.
very picture clear when it comes to the students and our commitment. Top ranked public universities, we go there to study, develop your skills. The world is yours.
Yes.
Then,
Yes.
then coming to the next moment of, you got a call from us stating that, yeah, you are admitted to Technical University of Košice. How did you feel? Because that was the first success.
Yes. Yes. That was really great. I really don't remember where I was when I got this confirmation, but yeah, but it was really I was really very happy for this when I got this confirmation.
Yeah, because that's the first step towards several
Yes.
other aspects. Then how did your visa process go?
Visa process was very smooth. It was just that I need to provide the right documents that needs to be provided. Rest all was really fine. Yeah, when it comes to Slovakia, yes, you need to travel to Delhi. That was the only, let's say, comparing to whatever the other problems that other where people are facing to get the right documents at the right time. That was not the problem for me. So yeah, it was really nice, and it was well prepared, I would say. The way of checklist that was given, and yeah, it was really great. It was very smooth.
Super. Once you decided Slovakia, there will be so many pundits and so many gurus who proclaim to know everything, and they would have told you, why are you going to Slovakia? What is so special there? Did you had such encounters? You also?
Yes, quite a bit. But yeah, it's just the awareness that you need to get aware and then spread the awareness. So once
Exactly.
you're through it, then definitely you can defend or whatever. You can also make the awareness among the people, saying that why you choose this country. So then it is.
You were like confident on your decisions, your decision making process. So you did not bother much about the noises which is happening in your background, correct?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Because there is always a phobia when I promote Germany, Netherlands, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Hungary, Czech Republic, Slovakia. People always say, why going to these countries? Everybody going to Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and etc. etc. But when I ask them who is going to pay back the education loan of 80 lakhs, no answer.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Yes, and one question to you, just this is also on the line of creating awareness. For example, nobody promotes Slovakia.
Yes.
Entire India, only Europe Study Center. You know why?
No.
Any guess, Monish?
I mean, what I saw here in Slovakia, the education is really good. And also it was comparing to other universities or other countries. It's if you want to enjoy uh, along with your studies, it's really good.
Yes, but that's what, Monish. Why nobody promotes Slovakia? In entire India, lakhs and lakhs of agents and consultants, nobody will promote Slovakia. And that is because of one factor.
This I'm not sure why others are.
Okay, yeah, the answer is the fees is less. They don't pay single paisa commission.
Yes.
You get my point. So the entire overseas education industry, it's all about pushing a student into a university or a college where they get 1.5, 2 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs just as commission. And the top ranked public universities like Košice or anything, they don't work on these models.
Yes.
That is why nobody promotes Slovakia. Then you got your visa, you landed in Slovakia. How did your first semester go? And what did you study in Slovakia? Which university? Enlighten the audience.
Yes, I studied even here masters in mechanical engineering in a technical university of Košice. So first semester was really good. I mean, that was completely different level of or different kind of education comparing it to India. There is no pressure of, let's say, you need to do something in like in India. We know that we have to. It's every day from 9 to 5 or 9 to, depending on the colleges that you need to stay. But here, it is not like that. You can. It's even there know how we are, like how the mental uh, situation would the student see. So basically you will have at least half an hour and or 1 hour, sometimes even 3 hours between the classes. So it's not like 40 hours or 50 hours you need to do, or you need to be at the university. Apart from that, they give most, let's say, the running, uh, how to say, like what the industries are using right now. Because, for example, if you say some of the softwares in mechanical, like SolidWorks, so now they are using SolidWorks in most of the industries. But when it comes to bachelor's, it was taught in Solid Edge, which is no longer. I mean, I wouldn't say no longer, but most of the companies are not using it. So the education is quite advanced, and up to date.
This is the factor. We want to study industry connected latest syllabus with excellent, amazing infrastructure and experienced faculty members. This
Yes.
is the whole objective of Europe Study Center. And this is why we promote all these top European Schengen countries. And this question I wanted to ask, even I faced this, when we are studying, we will have few of our friends, who don't go to college, who would go do part-time jobs, do all sorts of things, finally they create a bad name for our country as well as to the university, etc., etc. How did you avoid all those things and how focused you were? That's why you reached here today.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, there were some situations, as you said, like because of few, it's in India, if you are doing a mistake, it is you are doing a mistake. But in other countries, if you are doing a mistake, it's not you doing a mistake, it's a country which is doing a mistake. So
Exactly.
you're representing.
Hats off to you to tell this. You going abroad to a different country, you are carrying your country's name on your shoulder. Okay. Even if you cannot get a good name, it's still okay. But don't get a bad name for our country. That is really, really important.
I mean, to be honest, yes, as I said, it's not your name that you're taking, it's your country name. So I would highly recommend for the students to take such a responsibility. I know,
Yeah.
we as an Indians, we are really, we love our country a lot. I mean, it's the same for everyone, I would say. But uh, I mean, it's not philosophical, but we cannot serve the army who is really taking care of the country. At least a small bit and pieces what we can do. It's really good for the country. I would say that do what you wanted to do and not that the rest of the things. So
Super.
you're there for masters to study. Take this as a first priority. I know I can understand the financial situation, so I mean this can be on the second priority, but it's really good. Everything will fall into place. So it's
Yeah.
more patience is really needed.
So from Munish, from a memory-based, theoretical education system, when you move to a completely practical education system, what all changes you made to your learning system to be successful in your exams?
I mean, this was when I was doing my bachelor's. This was always poking my mind. So when we have some certain formulas, for example, let's say, so it's good if you know just the formula. So we don't need those derivations. Why, how the formula was derived? Why do we need it? So it's basically such kind of education that we get here. Uh, Memorize it or keep in mind what you needed and not what is not needed. For example, when I was in India, I in the same time I was applying for the jobs, and I was in one of the company. I really tell to this most of them that I was in one of the company. They asked me if law of conservation of energy, so I told them the law, and they asked me, "Do you know who proposed it?" And I said, "No." I mean, I mean, if you had asked me in the university or when I was studying, I might know. But after the time passes, I really don't know who proposed it. And I said no, and they said it was proposed by this and this person. So I said, come on, I know the law, and why do I know the person? I totally agree that we have to give the reward for the person who gave this law. I mean, it's really really good, but sometimes it's possible that you forget about it. It's now, since we are in such a high level of let's say in the technology, we are such advanced. If you don't know, just Google it. You'll just find it in seconds. So yeah, like in such a situations, I think yeah, it's they're only focusing on what is needed and not what is not needed. They're not focusing on it. So
Super. So you basically like the education system in Slovakia that is practical, right? I also feel students should understand and study. They should love the subject and study instead of just sitting and memorizing and writing pages and pages of content. And for what reason? We even today, Monish, even in the year of 2025, children sitting and writing observation, lab work, record notes. I feel we are still in the Stone Age when it comes to education and all those things. That's why. So, what was your final year project?
Here in masters, it was on application of 3D printing on the mechanical components. So this was my whole thesis about in the final year.
Super. Because whenever youngsters, even school-going children, 8th standard, 9th standard, whenever they listen 3D printers, they really get fascinated.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what do these 3D printers work, or what do they do? Enlighten us.
So the project was mainly aimed at finding the solutions, what can be done using the 3D printer. Currently, to produce some of the components might be too hard. Let's say maybe the casting or whatever in the old technologies. Let's say the producing of the components might be taking a lot of time, or have the more of the scraps, which in turn it's just wasted, and then money. It takes lots of money for that. But in 3D printing technology, it's quite simple. Uh, it all uh, it all needs what a material that you need to use to compensate those old technology produced components. So definitely here I used like I did the project on universal testing machine. So sorry, universal rotating machine. So it the load was like, it was quite a lot of load. So this component has to take. So yes, definitely 3D printing is, or 3D printing technologies, it's quite advanced, and I would really recommend to get the deeper knowledge. Or I mean, we have lots and lots of videos how how they are using the 3D printers or the
Exactly.
3D printing technology.
Exactly.
I mean, it's really, you can really see what's happening there.
Yes.
Uh,
And
so
one of
yeah.
my students, same like you, after finishing masters, he relocated to Chennai, and he has a startup which is now almost like 3 years old now, and he's big time into 3D printing. That's what he's doing
It's
now.
the way forward, I would say.
Yes. So when did you start applying for your jobs, and when did you get it?
I mean, for Poland, I think you really need lot and lots of patience. I finished my education in June 2021, and then I was applying the jobs already. So for this, I had already given an interview in, let's say, in May, before my education was completed. So once after my education was completed and I had the degree, I had informed the company, and then they started the process of hiring. I mean, as a foreigner, yes, you need to have lots and lots of patience in Poland
Patience.
compared to other countries.
Lot of paperwork.
Yes. So it was, as soon as I said, like I had a job already before completing my degree. But then the company needs the degree in the end. So they were waiting for it. And then they started in July 2021, and I had to wait till March 2022. So it's almost 7-8 months. And started from April 2022 here. I moved to Poland and started my.
These 8 months, what were you up to?
I didn't know like it would take such a long time. I said, okay,
Okay.
maybe a month or two, it might be done. But then once I got to know that this is not happening, or this is no, I mean, I wouldn't say not happening. It's taking so much of time. I started okay. Let's see what can I do, and then I had like a part time. I mean, it's a full time job, but it was not completely related to my studies. I was working at AT&T in Košice,
Super.
but yeah, it was only for like three months or 4 months, something like
So
that.
good. That's what I was about to ask you. You kept yourself occupied. Whether it's related, not a problem. It's better than sitting at home, right, and complaining. Go out, meet people, get on with life. That's how it is. Instead of just sitting and waiting and complaining. So when you got the email that you are selected, you are employed, how was that moment? How did you feel?
That was really, I was really happy. As I said, previously when I was applying for my master's, even Poland was one of the options for me. But yeah, I got Slovakia. It was also in the option. So I mean, moving to Poland was really, I was really excited about it. I had visited once during my studies. Yeah, the country is also. I mean, when it comes for us, the culture is we see it as the same. But when you get into contact with the localates or discuss with them, and you see lots and lots of changes that they have from country to country. Um, I mean, the place which I am now, it's really some historical place. Let's say, even though it is a small town, previously it was belonging to Germany. So you can see those German signs here and there.
People also want to always, they always tell me to ask, what was the tuition fees for Košice per year, 1 year?
Really don't remember. I think it was like 3,500 euros.
Yes. Yes, it's 3,500 euros for the tuition fee. So typical living expenses per month, all inclusive?
Depending on how you want to lead the life. If you are, yeah.
Normal, basic expenses.
I mean, basic expenses, food and accommodation, and the normal local transportation. I would say somewhere between 30,000 to 35,000.
Yeah,
Even you
plus or minus
can live
30.
very good life with that money.
Yes,
But I don't know how it is now. I think because of the
more or less
inflation.
the same. But
Yeah.
Monish, for your surprise, the cost of studying in a technical university of Košice,
Yeah.
it's 2 times when you study in Chennai.
Yes.
The fee structure is 6.5 lakhs per year tuition fees. And people, when I'm posting all these videos, parents are coming and telling us, sir, we are not aware about all those informations, and thanks for making such videos. And you would have seen, in this video, we are not talking about Europe Study Center, we did this, did that. No. Košice, Slovakia, about mechanical engineering, 3D printing. This is what we are documenting. How are your parents now? Looking at all your successfully finished degree, patiently waited, got your job, what you wanted, and doing what you want in your life and growing. And this is almost 2 years in IKEA now.
It's almost 3 years in another 2 months.
3 years. Okay, wonderful. Advance congratulations for that. Okay. And how are your parents now? How they look at you now? How happy they are?
I mean, with my profession, I think yes, they're really happy. But when as a single kid, for my parents, it's really hard for them. I understand that. I know I had promised them I would be back in 2 years, but with it's been hard, or I would say this part of, I mean, to move back, it didn't happen what I promised before. But yeah, when it comes to profession, it's really they're really very happy with what I have.
Super. That's what, right? The whole objective, right, brother? Making our parents happy, making them proud with our, straightforward activities. When they say to their relatives, friends, and families, my son is working as what is your designation now?
Mechanical design engineer.
As a design engineer in Poland for IKEA. Amazing, that's how it is. And when European countries welcomes, especially Indian students, give them all possibilities to learn at a very affordable cost and less living expenses, I believe, it's a fantastic opportunities which the kids should not miss. This is what I feel. Few words about Slovakia, especially people when they think, why Slovakia? this, that, when they are very skeptical, I have not listened to this country's name, where it is, and all those things, when they are really confused. In short, as a successful person who studied in Slovakia and currently working, what would you like to tell about Slovakia for the upcoming students?
I mean, Slovakia, it's really a great country. At the end of the day, it's what you get from the university and what you learn from the university. In my opinion, where I have friends from few different countries in Europe, I think the education that we get, it's the same. So please, I would say it's not too much of a difference when it comes to the whole education. But yeah, Slovakia, it's really a beautiful country, and uh, I mean, I know the country is not popular as like other countries, for example, Germany or France or Poland, for as an example. But yeah, Slovakia will also, or the university provides the same level or same
Yes.
education what other countries are providing.
Yes. But Monish, you know why they are not so famous? You know the reason?
You mean Slovakia?
Yeah. Because
I mean,
hardly maybe some 150 or 150, 170 students can only come to Slovakia in a year. No
Yeah.
more visa slots. Very simple. Whereas one single university in UK recruits thousands and thousands of Indian students. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, yes.
This is another problem.
And also to get this visas, it's quite hard when for example, take United States for an example. You need to go lots and lots of process to get the visa. I mean, as I said, even in Poland, it took quite a long time, but it's not that you need to go through long process. It was just that I had applied and government was verifying it from there, and I did not do anything. I was
Exactly.
just sitting at home. But
Exactly.
in other countries, it's not like that. You need to go back and forth for the all the documentations and all of this. Uh,
Yes.
but in Slovakia, it was even much more faster. As I said, after my education, when I was waiting for my visa for Poland, or the work permit for Poland, I had this 3 months or 4 months of a job, and the documentation was done in just 15 days. Uh,
Super.
so that's easy. But yeah, it's really good.
Yes. So again, coming to the concept of what I told earlier, an youngster should pack his bags, travel, explore the world, learn, all these 3D printing, SolidWorks, or hydrogen cars, or material science, whatever it is, learn, but at the same time, spend less, learn more. We need to explore, but at the same time, not spend so much, because we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, Monish. You know what is
Yes,
going to happen tomorrow? No. But you hope everything is going to be fine tomorrow. Today you spend 70, 80 lakhs for your masters, which
yes,
I feel it's insane. This is what I think. I cannot, take an offer letter and give it to a student. Yeah, please spend 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs. No, I cannot do it. You
yeah,
will always spend less and learn more. Wonderful. So about your job at IKEA, uh, in short, explain us like what are your activities in your company, because it's almost 3 years now. As a mechanical design engineer, what do you do at IKEA?
in our organization we have like PDEs, right? It's called product development engineers. So they get few project. I mean, as I said, like many of them think, okay, it's a wood industry. What a mechanical engineer can do, it's even though if it is a wood industry, it's the mass production. They are the leading. They have 86, 85, 86% of the market share throughout the world. So
Wow,
they
86%. This is the
yeah,
news to me.
yeah, it's really they have a huge market share in the world. So they have a mass production, and this production cannot be like uh, just a carpenter job where you do one product at a time and it's done. No, it's like thousands and thousands of products that you do in an hour. So to compensate this, you definitely need some industrial knowledge. So yeah, we are doing in my team, we are mainly focusing on the analysis part. Maybe it might be the finite element analysis for FEM analysis, or the special. I mean, I wouldn't say the special, but we have something called kinematic analysis. So where we see how and uh, how and what the products need to be like to hold, or when it comes to the design, so how the product should be when it maybe with the fittings that they are using in the furniture. So it's totally in depth. We go and do the analysis and suggest what needs to be done. And as I said, it's at the end, it's the millions of products that we will have in a day. So for to run such a production, the factory will have some changes that happening in the machine, so which is not being more precise. So even without such a precision, what can be done, even to compensate this precision, what needs to be done to design such a product. So yeah, it's basically industrial knowledge or industrial analysis that we do in my team. So these are like the main tasks in my team, I would say.
Super. So you basically love your job, right? I could understand in the way that you have explained me, Monish. You are implementing all the tools that you studied in your masters. Plus, you would have been learnt several tools that they specifically use in IKEA, and applying all these things in your day-to-day job is like amazing, isn't it?
Yes, yes. This is really a good point. In the end, yeah, the university, whatever you do, like wherever you do, they cannot give the all the 100% of education or the tools that industries are using. Maybe the industry that you choose might not use the tool that you have already studied, but it's just the principle that you need to follow. By the in the end, all the tools or the softwares use the same principle. So focusing on this principle will really help than the tools, specific tools.
Wonderful. Excellent. So nice to see from the choice from visiting Europe Study Center, selecting Slovakia, ignoring all the others, jokers' advice, and opting out from other countries and sticking to basics, and choosing the master program based on the subjects and the topic, and also the financial aspect. And you being a successful mechanical design engineering in Poland, you have come a long way, very successful. And I see in the upcoming years, you are only going to get deeper and deeper into the subject and get more into mechanical engineering and technology. So you are constantly updating yourself. You are also learning parallelly something.
Yes. I mean, whatever the industry you choose or whatever the field in you're in, it's really good to constant learning needs to be done to keep up. It's not that you just do once and it's done. So the continuous learning is really needed. Even today, I still learn what is demanding or what the company demands. So
Super. That's why, so you joined IKEA as a mechanical design engineer, or what was your
no,
designation when you joined?
product development engineer. So then it was hardly 7 months. I was there as a product development engineer, and I changed to mechanical design engineer.
Super. When we do the part 2 of this interview after 10 years, we would learn so much from you, because you would have got deeper and deeper into the subjects and handling more critical activities and equipments, and that would be really amazing. Super. You're living the life of being a true mechanical engineer, which I'm really proud of, because nowadays, Monish, people are not choosing core engineering, which is a very worrying factor. I was a core engineer, people discarding core engineering. For example, in Tamil Nadu, 90% kids studying only 3 subjects: artificial intelligence, data science, cyber security. That's all. Everybody studying only these 3 courses.
Yeah, I don't know if it is good or it's the right way that is going, because as you said, in my college where I did my bachelor's, 2 years or 3 years later, when I visited the college, I heard the number of students that took mechanical engineering was hardly 10 or 15 of them. Yeah, when it was 150 students in total. So it's just a matter of 3 years, and it's like 10 times down.
Yes, because college is telling the parents and students, study data science, you can earn 50 lakhs in a year. This is the problem. See, the students having a lot of interest, okay, and taking up these computer science subjects, I'm still okay. But when you ask several students, why did you even take this subject? They said, we were forced. My uncle forced me, my auntie forced me, my mom and dad took me to an educationist, he guided me to take up these programs. I have no interest in such programs, and It's a complete mess right now.
It all depends. Yeah, it all depends on the individual. Because for me, during my first year, we have all these subjects in the first year, like computer science, electronics, electrical, whatever it is. Like one of my professor who was computer science, who was teaching me. By then it was called PCD, programming in C and data structure. So even he asked me if I can go to computer science, but I still said no. Like I didn't want to. It depends the individual. It depends on the individual what he needs to do and what is his in area of interest, and not to
Exactly.
give.
In our country, in most of the cases, Monish, a 17-year-old boy or a girl doesn't have that liberty. The parents play a major role in course selection.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter in most of the cases whether the student is interested or not, which I feel is completely wrong. Yeah. So these more.
Yeah. By saying this, I wouldn't say that the professor was wrong or something, because I mean, even today I learn programming languages. I mean, even today I'm doing the additional courses till today. But there is something called passion and something called profession. So
Yes.
you need to. It's for the technology that we have today. It's not that you cannot learn. You should learn only one of the subjects. If the company demands, or if the uh, area of your work demands what needs to be done, I mean, you can learn whenever you want to. It's not that you
Yes.
need to do in the university. Do what
And
I would recommend. I would really recommend to do your passion or your way of what is interested. Do that in the main university, and then you can learn whatever you want to in the later stages. Yeah.
the same I say, study what you like. Ignore what is the trend and all those things. You study psychology, microbiology, or data science or aeronautical, not a problem. But you should have, as Monish said, you should have a lot of interest. And also, nowadays, these Indian universities, they themselves come up and say, meaning the top premier ones, the IITs and NITs, they say, study core engineering and use all these computer science technologies as tools. AI, data science, machine learning, use these as tools to support your core engineering concepts rather than just taking these as subjects, which is what they are also telling.
Yeah.
Wonderful, Monish. Thank you so much. By the way, today, he has taken time out to share all his, experiences, right? From bachelor's to till now. Thank you so much, Monish.
Thank you. Thank you so much.